This is her third year of coming and being a guest speaker. I want you all to stand up, put your hands together, welcome Kelly Merbler to our Identify Impact stage.
That's all I get? Come on! So good to be here with you. So I would love to get to know a little bit more about you, but one of my first questions I wanted to ask is who came the farthest to be here today?
California.
California? Wow, where in California? Wow, very good. That's probably the farthest. Venezuela? You came from Venezuela? Wow, that's impressive. Okay, wow, holy cow. What about on this side of the room?
Mount Everest.
Mount Everest. All right, I like it. You are an achiever. I love it. So, guys, how was this afternoon? What did you all do? You went to the pool a little bit? What was this afternoon?
Summer vibes.
Summer vibes?
Yeah, summer vibes.
Like it? Like it? Did you have a good time at the barbecue?
Yeah.
Very good. What we're going to do this afternoon is we're going to have some fun, first of all, because anything that I'm involved in, I definitely like to have fun. So hopefully you guys are with me on that. And we're going to talk about leadership. And a couple of things I'd love to share with you, if I may, is how I got involved in what I do. And when I was younger in your age, I really didn't know what I wanted to do, but I know I love to always help people. That was something that was very important to me, and I really wanted to help spread more kindness in the world. Because let me just ask you guys, it's tough being a kid, isn't it? It's not easy, and there's a lot of pressure out there. There's a lot of comparison. There's a lot of judgment that goes on in our worlds, and it's nice when we come across people that treat us with a kind heart, isn't it? And what you've been learning over the past, you started yesterday, right? That's when you came in. I'm just curious, someone tell me, what's something that you learned since you came and started yesterday? What's one takeaway you've had so far? What's your name? Go ahead and tell me. Emotional adulting. Very good, Ethan. Nice to meet you. How about over here? What's something that you've taken away so far? Nicole.
I think I have taken a lot from here that everyone's really pleasant.
Very welcoming. Very good. Thank you so much, Nicole. How about on this side of the room? What's a takeaway that one of you have had? Don't be shy, guys. Come on.
My name is Sonny. I learned this how you move and be persistent, be determined.
Very good. Thank you so much. Valuable and determined and be persistent. Do you guys all have dreams that you want to achieve in your life someday? Yeah? Somebody tell me about one of your dreams. What is it? Stand up, tell me your name. Go ahead, I see you over here.
My name is Heavenly, and one of my dreams is to go to the Air Force and be a neurosurgeon.
Wow, Heavenly, that's amazing. Got another mic over here.
My name is Cyrus, and one of my dreams is to have an art school where the children don't have to pay, so that they just come and teach them.
Love it.
Awesome.
Thank you, Cyrus.
That's beautiful.
How about over here? What is a dream one of you guys have?
I want to travel the entire world.
Oh, any place in particular first?
Okay, everyone probably knows this. Germany.
Oh, very good.
I've never been, but
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, hopefully all of you have a dream that you want to go after. And I remember being your age and trying to figure out how was I going to get to that dream that I wanted to achieve. And I heard this young man in the back say that it's determination, persistence, hard work, and reaching a goal. Goals don't just come up automatically, right? You have to work to get to a goal. And one of the things that I set as a goal that I really wanted to achieve in my life was I wanted to be able to start my own business. Anybody in here want to be an entrepreneur one day? Anybody interested in that? So that was a dream of mine where I wanted to be able to create my own company and be able to work for myself and be my own boss and be able to help companies develop the leaders that they had within them. I fell in love with leadership, honestly, when I was working for an organization and I was leading a team, and I saw a lot of leaders that weren't serving leaders. And I know you guys talk about what is a serving leader, so tell me, what is your thought? What is the difference between what a leader is and what a manager is? Anybody want to take that question?
A manager just watches over people and makes sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and a leader leads by example.
Love it. What was your name?
Josh.
Josh. Thank you so much, Josh. That's right. Anybody have any other insight into what the difference is from your perspective?
Control and empower.
Yep. Control and empowering. That is definitely.
I kind of know one of the leaders who can say this very well.
Let's do it.
I think, so a servant leader is someone that, or let's say a manager, is someone who kind of sticks to his authority and tells people what to do and, expects them to, get it done. While a serving leader kind of sticks behind, helps out with the work, makes sure that everyone's, working together, everyone's involved, and kind of, puts them first, to work as a team.
That's great.
So,
Excellent answer. And so I had witnessed a lot of managers in my career where they were telling people what to do and not really showing people what to do, and it kind of got me annoyed a little bit because I'm like, I want to learn, I want to know how to do something, and I want someone to be a good mentor for me to help me find the way. And here's a good analogy, and you'll probably, Juliana, love this, because there's two different types of leaders. You have a leader that's called what we would call a travel agent leader. And a travel agent leader is someone that just points and tells you to go get that done, go over there, go try that, go see that. But what I learned by having a great mentor and what I really loved about this definition was I wanted to learn how to be a tour guide leader. And a tour guide leader is someone that goes on the journey with you. They walk alongside of you. They help you prepare for what might be coming and what to expect, and they help you understand the roadblocks that are going to be there as well. So I knew when I wanted to start my own business, I needed a great mentor. And that's when I started seeking someone that was really good at being a leader, and I wanted to learn from them. So do any of you in the room have mentors? Juliana, tell us about your mentor.
So for my school, I actually had a mentor assigned to me. And so kind of her job or her role in my life was kind of just to meet up with me and just talk about my process and different things I was going through and give me advice because she's been through the same program. So she kind of, like a leader, she kind of gives me, helps me through that process and kind of has a level of understanding that I don't in this area. So she really walks with me through that. So just there.
So she's a tour guide.
Yeah,
absolutely. So anybody over here, who else has a mentor in their life, and how do they help you? And why did you choose that mentor?
I have a few different ones, and one would be Dr. Jeff over there.
All right, Dr. Jeff.
He's a great mentor because he can help you recognize blind spots or kind of pull you out of your own deception in a sense. So he's been good for me as, teaching responsibility and what it means to be a righteous man and also, have authority as a man. So kind of with that comes an expectation that kind of keeps you on the right path and helps you stay focused in a rough time, and also someone you feel safe to fall back on and rely on for truth.
Yeah, absolutely. Holding you accountable too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a big thing that I learned in the mentorship reciprocal relationship as well. So I wanted to share this with you because when you find a mentor, it's going to be really important that it's not just a one-way street, that it's a reciprocal relationship where what they're teaching you and what they're showing you, you have an accountability to own up to show them that you're applying what you're learning and you're actually putting it into action. And so that's a really important piece of when you find that mentor, you want to be able to let them know that their time was valuable and you didn't just take it for granted. And so I share that with you because the mentor that I've had is someone that I've looked up to for so many years of my life. Does anybody read books that might know who John C. Maxwell is? You have? Do you know which one?
I think I read a few, but I think like How Leaders Think was one.
Oh, yep. How Great Leaders Think. That's a great book. So I wanted to learn from the best leadership expert that I could find. And so this is what I did, and I share this with you because don't ever be afraid to ask for something that you want, because what you don't ask for, you can never have. So I wanted John C. Maxwell to be my mentor because I knew he was someone that could really teach me how to be a really good serving leader. So what I did is I went to a conference in 2014, and he was the keynote speaker, and he was talking about how to find your purpose and how to serve others and live a life of intentionality. And I walked out of that conference, and it was simulcast. He wasn't there live like I'm speaking here. He was simulcast on a big screen. But I decided, I said, you know what? He really is someone that I look up to. He's got a great reputation. He lives by his values that he says he stands for. And he's got a lot of experience in the leadership realm. So I went home and I decided to write him a letter. And this is something that any of you guys could do, or just even pick up the phone if you want to try to reach out to someone that you admire or you respect and you want to learn from them. But I sent John a letter and I asked if he would grant me a lunch and sit down with me and give me a couple hours just to learn what leadership really was. And you know what? 3 days later, he called my phone. And that is so rare for someone that is as busy as he is to actually take the time to reach out to me. But there was something in that letter that really drew him to say, I want to give Kelly a chance. And I share this with you because he called my phone, but let's be honest, it was an unknown number. And so who picks up their phone when it's an unknown number? None of us. Neither did I, right? Well, you're one of the few, because I usually don't, because I always think it's a telemarketer. But that was John, and I had missed his call. And that night I went home and I had a message on my email and it said, I tried to call you, Kelly, but your voicemail was full. And so I always say, when your calling comes, make sure your voicemail isn't full. So make sure if you're applying for jobs or trying people to get a hold of you that your voicemail isn't full. So my relationship with John really started back in 2014, where he really took me under his wing, mentored me, coached me, and helped me understand what is leadership all about? What does it take to be a serving leader? What does it take to start my business? And how can I really be someone that lives an intentional life? Now, this has been since 2014 that I've been working on building my business, and this has been no easy road by any means. So anything worthwhile that you do in life, it's going to be uphill. That's John's famous statement, is anything worthwhile is uphill. And so whatever dream it is that you have, whatever it is you're trying to pursue, if you're looking to get into a specific college, if you're looking to be good on a certain instrument, if you're looking to become someone that can travel the world, what do you have to do to get there? It has to start with a goal. But everything has to start within you. Nobody is going to do something for you to help you reach that goal. So what John taught me was that everything worthwhile is uphill, and it has to start with me. I wanted to change how leadership was viewed within my organization. And John kept saying, it has to start with you. And so we're going to do some small group exercises today in about a few minutes here, but I'm going to ask you a couple other things to challenge you as we get started. So here's a question for all of you. I want you, do you have a piece of paper or something that...
Yeah, it's in their book.
It's in your book, it's in your
Turn
workbook?
to the page in your book that looks like that.
And I want to see, is there anyone or many people in here that can actually take this challenge and try to connect all 9 dots using 4 straight lines without lifting your pen.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
If you know the answer, don't say it. Tie that back into going after a goal or a dream. Sometimes you have to think outside the box to get where you want to go. It's not always going to be on the same path that you originally thought it was going to be. And so those are some of the challenges that you can come across as you're starting to follow a goal or a dream that you want to pursue in your life. It's not always going to be as automatic as you may set out for it to be and think all of the obstacles that you didn't realize were going to be in your way. But the key is to keep being persistent and keep being determined to get after your goal. So what we're gonna do today is we are actually gonna do something called a transformation table. Has anybody heard about this yet?
No.
Okay. So let me share with you. There is a book called Change Your World. And the reason it is called Change Your World instead of changing the world is because if you want to change the world, it has to start with you. So in your workbook, let's go. There are some questions right above the challenge that we just did. And I want you to take a moment to answer some of these questions. Most of us are waiting for somebody else to do something about the problems we see in the world. We want change, but we hope that someone somewhere will do something to bring change about. Read through, let's do this. Juliana, share with me the first 3 boxes that you see.
Like read the first 3?
Yeah, read the first 3.
Okay, waiting for the government to do something, wanting the healthcare system to do something, believing education will do something.
Someone else take the next 3. Who can take them for me? Go ahead. What's your name? Julianne. We haven't done Julianne. Go ahead.
Looking to business to do something, imagining media and celebrities will do something, wishing arts and entertainment would do something.
Great. I need one more person to give me the last 2. You want to take that one? Take the next 2.
Thinking sports icons and franchises will do something, hoping religious institutions will do something.
Okay. So now I'm going to give you a question to reflect on and talk with the person next to you, but here's your question. What situations or problems that you see around you today, could be anything in your world, do you wish were better or different than they are right now? It could be something at school, it could be something in society, it could be something on social media. Whatever you see as an individual that you wish could change, that you feel very connected with and feel that you wish it would change. I want you to take a couple minutes, write your answer on those lines, and I want you to share it with the person next to you, okay? This is a big question, guys. All right. Who's willing to share what you would like to see change in? The amount of hate? Good answer. Very good answer. Thank you.
My name is Yoel, and I would like to change, I think, like the community aspect, especially like here, just like I feel like there isn't a lot of connection or spaces to connect. So I think that's a big passion. And then also recently, just like, I guess the economy, I feel like it's changing, and I'd like to question a new way to make money and get success, you know? So.
Great answer. Thank you. Yeah, there's no right or wrong answer either. There's no judgment in this room. So whatever it is you feel that you'd like to see change, let's keep hearing more.
I would like to help change our corrupt government.
Very good. Very good answer. Who else? Let's hear a couple more.
The music industry is one of the most twisted and corrupt industries of the world, so to take that and kind of turn it for good would be significant.
Wow, that's awesome. You want to share too?
For me, I'd say, my name is Josh again. The immigration system and the jail system. So I got family in jail, and it's like absolutely terrible the way they run things there.
Wow. Really good. Great. Did you want to share something?
So I saw in that said something that affects you like every day. I absolutely hate when people get road rage. Something we're all kind of guilty of, but I really see it's something that like people are so quick to judge, so quick to get angry. That's one they don't even know, they don't know what they're doing, and plus you've made mistakes too. And I think that's kind of that one area that everyone just like kind of lets it slide. But I think that's just a symptom of something bigger within kind of our culture. So
yeah, so good. All right, so these are just examples of how do people feel out there in society, and you're not alone in this. Like when I ask this question, there's a lot of people that feel the same way that you do. But here's the real question. What are you gonna do about it? This is what we're talking about today. When we start setting up what is called a transformation table, why John started what is called Change Your World was because everybody is saying they want to create change, but nobody's willing to do anything about it. And so if you want to create change, start with yourself. How many of you in this room believe you can create change? Is there anybody in here that believes they cannot create change? Do you think you cannot? You can't? So, how do you create change? How do you do it? Love that. Taking action. How else? Networking. Okay, very good. What is it? Helping your community. Absolutely. Determination. Very good. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to get in our small groups and we're going to run what is called a transformation table. What transformation tables are all about, and this is where I really learned how to be a better leader. This is what led me to serving leadership. I was invited down to the country of Paraguay. Does anybody know where Paraguay is? Yes? That's right. That's right. I've never been there before. But in 2016, John invited me on a transformation trip to do transformation tables in the country of Paraguay. Now, I don't speak Spanish. I didn't know where I was going. I was going by myself to meet them on the other side, 2,500 miles away, and I didn't know what to expect. All I knew is I was going to be leading a transformation table, and I was going to be teaching leadership values. Just like you're sitting here today, I was like, what does that mean? How do I do that? What can I do? I don't know what to expect. So I'm going to teach you how to run a transformation table. And what we do is we talk about one value during that transformation table. And the value that we're going to be talking about today is the value of hope. When there's hope, there's meaning. And everything that has happened in the past year with COVID, there are a lot of people out there that are looking for hope. And so we're going to start by talking about one of the transformation table values today of hope. So what I'm going to ask you to do, and I might need some assistance with this, is we're going to break into our groups. You guys all know what groups you are assigned to? Okay. Squads. So I'll get that right. So what we're going to do is we're going to get you set up in your squads. And you're going to need your workbook because there is a section in there that we're going to go and we're going to work on the value of hope, which looks just like this. Okay? So if you all could kindly go ahead and get in your squads. I'm going to need help to do this transformation table. I'm going to be asking for some of you, as we go around the room, to be reading a part of the value of hope. So we're going to need the microphone, and when you're called on, you're going to go ahead and read. So I'm going to be the facilitator of this transformation table, and the leader always goes first. That way we set the path, we set the tone, and we go ahead and show how we do a transformation table. Transformation tables are for 1 hour, so we're going to talk about the value of hope. But we're going to have a lot of discussion around this value during this. Okay, so the first part of what we're going to be doing is reading through the value of hope. When we read through this value, what I want you to do is if there's something that you hear that we're reading that really resonates with you or really connects with you, I want you to either underline it or circle it because we're going to go back to that after we get through this page on it. Do I have any questions on this? Okay. All right, so I'm going to get us started. So hope. Hope is belief in action. Hope has 2 beautiful daughters. Their names are anger and courage. Anger at the way things are, and courage to see that they do not remain as they are. And that was a quote by Augustine of Hippo. So insight, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take turns reading the paragraphs below, and as we read, underline the ideas that capture your attention. Can I get one volunteer to read the very first block of words?
Few words are more positive and promising than hope. John Maxwell believes hope can be the greatest asset for a person or organization, and it is often the difference between success and failure. But what is hope really?
Can I get another volunteer to read the next block?
Hope is more than simply having belief or being optimistic. Jonathan Sachs says, optimism is the belief that things will be better. Hope is the faith that together we can make things better. Optimism is a passive virtue. Hope, an active one.
Most people would agree that optimism is greater than pessimism, but hope is greater than optimism. Notice the contrast between people with low hope and people with high hope.
Low hope people avoid problems, focus on symptoms, feed their fear, get tired, give up.
Someone take the high hope section.
High hope people engage in problem solving, focus on solutions, feed their faith, get inspired, and work harder.
Thank you. Can I get someone to read the next block? Go ahead. You're enjoying it, go ahead.
Psychologist Shane Lopez says, when we hope, we have high expectations for the future and a clear-eyed view of the obstacles that we need to overcome in order to get there. We are primed for action. The negative things in life may attract our attention and open our eyes to need for change, but only hope takes us forward to do something positive about them.
Thank you so much. Would you like to go ahead and read the next one?
Hope is the belief that your future can be brighter and better than your past, and that you actually have a role to play in making it better. When you believe you can make a difference, you can take action. When you take action, you can make a difference. Hope is the catalyst for change and a better future.
Thank you so much, great job. We got another volunteer.
Hope identifies goals. When you have hope, you identify specific actions you can take to create positive change. Goals give your hope direction and a scoreboard. For every goal you achieve, your hope grows stronger, and the positive change you believe can happen comes closer to everything that actually happens.
Great job. I see this young lady right there. Go ahead.
Hope exhibits willpower. Dale Carnegie said most of these things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. The truth is, while others who lack hope do nothing, people with hope have the willpower to keep believing and keep working to make their world a better place.
Good job, thank you. Another volunteer?
Hope finds pathways to change. Hopeful people find ways to improve their world. Hope finds their positive mindset and their creativity. Hopeful people shine in negative situations because they balance realistic thinking, the desire for a better future, the energy and will to take action, and the responsibility to help create positive change. Their motto can be summed up by the words of Nita Quaven. Your present circumstances don't determine where you can go. They merely determine where you start.
Great job. Another volunteer?
When you develop hope, you experience the following benefits. 1, you are inspired to believe in yourself and others. 2, you become optimistic about your future.
Who can take the next 2?
4?
3 and 4.
3 and 4?
Yes.
You become confident that you can create positive change in your world, and you are motivated to take positive action.
Great job. Can someone take 5 and 6?
You find the energy to keep going when you're feeling tired or discouraged. Your belief attracts other people and inspires them to join you.
Great job, thank you. I'll take the next section here. So steps to follow. What are the steps to follow to bring hope? So number 1, cultivate hope for yourself. Belief is a powerful thing. You have much greater control over your ability to accomplish difficult things than you might think. You can improve your life and your situation, but you must believe in yourself in order to do so. Can someone take the second one for me?
All people can do something positive for themselves and others. What can you do? How can you make a difference? If you're not sure, ask the opinion of people who know and value you.
Thank you.
Take action with hopeful people. Hope is contagious. Share your hope with others who want to make a difference. Once you gather a group, take action, make a difference, small or great. Positive change happens one step at a time, and each step takes you closer to the hopeful future you imagine.
Great job, Ed. Thank you. As we were reading through, remember you were underlining or circling things that really resonated with you. Choose something you underlined that is important to you. And we're going to pick a few people. We're going to take a minute to tell everyone what you chose and why it is important to you. So I'm going to take the first one. Let me go back here, and I'll start first with you guys to give you an example. So what I really resonated with when I read through about hope is that hope starts with belief. I really believe that statement because if you don't have belief in yourself, then hope isn't going to go very far. So when it comes to having hope and creating change, a lot of you had ideas that you wanted to see change in your world. You have to believe that change can happen. And that is belief in yourself that you can be a part of the change. So that's what really resonated with me. Who can share what really resonated with you as we went through the value of hope?
Like hope starts with hope identifies goals, like your hope grows stronger and the positive change you believe can happen comes closer to actually happening if you identify your actual goal.
Thank you, Ethan. What else? Who else has something that really resonated with you? Come on, we'll come over to this group.
Okay. My name is Caleb. In the hope exhibits willpower, I underlined people with hope keep believing and keep working to make their world a better place.
Thank you so much.
All right, your present circumstances do not determine where you can go. They merely determine where you start.
Very good point.
Cultivate hope for yourself.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys, for being open and honest. And this is where a transformation table really starts to form. I do a program that we do one transformation table on one value every single week for 6 weeks. So we talk about listening, we talk about hope, we talk about integrity, and how to multiply other leaders. So these are different values that we talk about through doing this exercise. Now the next part of this exercise is, what you're going to do is go to the last page, and you are going to look at self-evaluation and action. So you're going to do this on your own, and you're going to take a few minutes to answer these questions. You're going to rate how well you demonstrated these qualities in your life. So you're talking and looking at yourself around the value of hope. You are giving yourself a rating, not anybody else around you. So how well do you demonstrate hope in your life? 10 is excellent, 1 is the lowest side. So have an honest conversation with yourself, and you can't pick 5. It has to be on the side of 6 or on the side of 4. You're going to circle that, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take a couple minutes and answer the questions below. Once you rate yourself, continue to answer the questions. Why did you give yourself this rating? What benefits would you receive by improving your rating? How would that benefit you if you got better at showing the value of hope through your actions? Who do you know that exemplifies hope in your life? What do you admire most about that person? And then the last question, I want you to really put some thought into this, but what specific action can you take immediately to improve the rating you gave yourself? And this is going to be a call to action item for you to work on this week while you're here. So really think about that. What can you do this week to improve hope within the group that you're around this week? All right, so go ahead and move into your conversations and share what you each wrote about hope. And what is your action item that you are going to commit to for this week to inspire hope right here at camp? So one of the questions I asked you to think about is, who is someone that truly inspires hope that you know? And it could be a famous person, it could be somebody that is in your family, or it could be somebody maybe that you met here this week. So I see somebody in the back. Who inspires hope?
Dr. Andrea definitely has to inspire.
Oh, that's an awesome answer.
Yeah, that was my answer too.
That was your answer too? Ethan, what about you? Stephen Curry, yes, absolutely. Your mom, love that. What is it about your mom that really inspires hope? She sets goals and she does what she wants. That's awesome. I saw other hands. What do you got?
My mentor.
Tell us about your mentor. Why do they inspire hope?
Is the way that he's kind, his knowledge, his confidence, and that's pretty much it.
Very good. Anybody over here? Go ahead. Yeah.
I said my brother, because like anything he does, like nothing will get in the way of it.
Very good. Thanks, Abigail. All right. So one of the action items that all of you were to think about, and maybe some of you got creative. Maybe you decided that your squad would take action on something as a whole, or maybe it was an individual thing. There's no right or wrong answer here. It's whatever you feel is an action that can help inspire hope within camp this week. So I want to hear a couple examples. What was an action item that one of you came up with that would inspire hope right here this week that you're going to hold yourself accountable for?
I'm just going to continue to surround myself with everybody in this program, as I know you all are hopeful. Yeah, I see you over there. And and I'm just going to continue to be hopeful myself.
Love it. Thank you. Cloud, how about you?
Look at all of those I put to stop asking why to an all-knowing God.
Trust. Very good answer.
I'm Cyrus. So for me, I didn't write this, but I just thought of this right now. For me, a very specific area of my life right now that I have hope for is my occupation. And I was working at a company for a while, long story. And so recently I just started doing like small contracting jobs. And every single job site I've been on, I've met somebody else who became contact. And so my hope is that I continue to meet people who will push me further and push me into learning into like the field of contracting, especially learning, because the past like 3 people I've been in contact with, it was only like 3-4 hours of work, and I felt like I had a month's of experience of learning just by watching them. And so my hope is that I continue to be put in positions with people who will teach me to get me to the places I want to go.
Wow. That's great, Cyrus. That's great. You know, I'll share with you too is one of the lessons John taught me was who you surround yourself with matters. Think about who your inner circle is. Who are the 5 people that you spend the most time with in your life? Really think about that. Because who you are surrounded by is the average of who you will become. And so if you're surrounded by individuals that aren't inspiring hope, and maybe they're negative all the time, and they're talking about nothing will ever change, and they don't do anything to create change, that's contagious in a way when you really think about that. So if you want to inspire hope, I love what you said, Cyrus, is be around people that can teach you what you want to learn. So the person that you said you really admire that shows a lot of hope, like your mom, for example, how does she find that hope within her? Ask someone that you notice. If they inspire you through hope, what is it that they do to be inspired by hope? And asking questions to people and how they've gotten to where they are is a great way to start a mentoring relationship. So audit your friends, audit your circle. Who you surround yourself with matters, and you will be the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So it's a very important thing to be thinking about and doing inventory on in your life. You all thought that you wanted to see change in the world when I first asked, what do you want to see change? So now the question is, how can you create change in that area that you want to see change? What could you do to inspire hope in the area that you want to create change? And every single one of you in here has the power and the ability to inspire hope in that area, so others will feel that there is hope in an area.
I think it's a beautiful thing to be a witness to. I mean, this is the generation, we're looking at the Gen Z generation, and this is a generation that's really going to change how business is done, how companies really come out in business, how they market, how they interview, how they hire. And this generation being a part of serving leadership and being able to almost create like their own entrepreneurial worlds as they're learning leadership is a beautiful thing. And it is a movement, because mass movements never start with a mass. They start with one person, and there's one child in here that may be able to be our next president or really create something amazing in our world by being a part of what this movement is all about. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I do a give back, to give my time to help this generation. I'm a full supporter of what they're doing here at Identify Impact.